So I plugged it in and I got negative x cubed plus 1. When I simplified, for 6, it's g of f of x. So again, it's going to have x's in the end, so I'm going to be just one number. So I'm going to figure out my g function, and I'm going to start writing that down because I'm going to plug the whole f function into my g function. My g function is x squared. So I'm going to put parentheses. I'm going to put an f function inside those parentheses. My f function was negative 2 x plus 1. And we're squaring the whole thing because that's g. We're going to sit here and we're going to simplify that as far as possible. So remember, when we have something square, that means we have 2 of those roots. So I would recommend writing them both out. And we're going to get 4x squared minus 2x minus 2x plus 1. So 4x squared minus 4x plus 1. Okay, for my last two, I have h of f of x. So I'm going to take my h function. My h function is negative 1/2 x plus 1/2. I'm going to write everything down. Instead of writing the x, I'm just going to put parentheses there. And I'm going to put my f function inside of that. So my f function was negative 2x plus 1. So that's going to go in the parentheses. I'm going to simplify as far as possible. So distribute first. So I'm going to get positive x minus 1/2 plus 1/2. So we're going to get just positive x. And then for 8, I have 3 functions here, n, g, and f. And 3 is my original input. So I'm going to put 3 into my f function. My f function is negative 2x plus 1. So f of 3 is negative 2 times 3 plus 1. So that's going to give me negative 5. I'm going to take that negative 5 and I'm going to plug it into my next one, which is g. So I'm going to have g of negative 5. So remember, my output becomes my next input. So it's going to be negative 5 squared because that's my g function. My g function is x squared. So that's going to be positive 25. And then I have this n here, so I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to do n of 25 because my output becomes my next input. My n function is the square root of x. I'm going to do the square root of 25, which is 5. We can also do these with tables. Tables and graphs are, I think, a little bit easier. There's less work to do, but you do have to match them up. So we're going to start on the G one. I'm going to look for the input of 0. So there's G, input 0, my output's 4. So G of 0 is 4. And that's going to become the input for my f function. So I'm going to do f of 4. I look in my f table. 4 in the input becomes negative 7 for the output. So my answer here is just negative 7. So we're just following the steps. For 12, it says g of f of 6. So this time we're going to start on the f side. And have an input of 6. The input of 6 is 4. I'm going to take my 4. I'm going to go on the g side because now I'm going to do g of 4. My output becomes my input. So I look at the input side. 4 goes to 7. So my final answer here is 7. For 13, I'm going to do f of g of x. So basically, I'm just going to see which ones will come out to be nice. So 0 goes to 4, 4 goes to negative 7. So I have 0, negative 7. And then 2 goes to 2, but I don't have a 2 over here, so that's not 1. 4 goes to 7, I don't have a 7. 6 goes to 3, and then 3 goes to negative 1. So I'm just seeing which ones have a match. But then for g of f of x, I'm going to start in the f1,